Om. Om. Ty Spiritual, and I'm back with another video, man. Simple. Now, I'm gonna talk to you guys about the second coming. Now, I know a lot of you have heard of this phrase, this event. It pertains to Jesus coming back and saving the world, in a sense. It pretty much is Jesus comes back and everybody that's been living the way that the Bible says they should be living will ascend. Everybody that's not will have to stay on this earth and witness this great battle between light and dark. Now, if you just think about it, that is pretty much saying that this one person and this one entity is coming to save the world and rid this planet of all negativity. But let me tell you something. You can take this information and do with it what you want. But this is the truth. There is not one being or just one entity that's patiently waiting to come and save this planet. That's not going to happen. There is nobody coming to save you. There's not. That's faith. And a lot of people have died thinking that this one being was going to come back and save them. Here's the reality of that. For the people that pass away with that mindset, they didn't graduate this dimension. Thus meaning that they will have to come back here and repeat it again until they reach the point where they can awaken themselves within this matrix. All right? Nobody's coming back to save you. That is something that you must do yourself. You may wonder, how can I do that? How can I save myself? It's very simple. It's not easy, but it's very simple. You have to become one with everything. When I say one with everything, let me be specific. One with this planet, one with all people, even one with the elements, fire, wind. You must become one with these things. Now, I'm not telling you that's something that you should necessarily focus on doing, because when you focus on it, that can blind you to the things that you're currently experiencing, the small things. But you have to become one with everything. Becoming one with everything will make your vision clearer in this matrix. You'll begin to see a lot of things for what they are, not what mainstream media and the elite want you to see it for. You'll see it for what it really is. People talk about good or bad. There is no good or bad, only an experience with a lesson. It's very important that you guys realize this. I know that I've spoken about the Galactic Federation of Light. I've spoken about the Watchers. And mainstream media has spoken about the Galactic Federation. I see a lot of people on Twitter, and they're spiritual. I'm not saying they're not, but they post things to make it seem like humanity needs these ETs to come and save us. And that's not true. You incarnated here and chose to forget who you are in order to work back and find who you truly are, so you can help others find themselves. There would be no point of agreeing to that if these ETs were just going to come down and just save the day. Okay? So that sun feels amazing. So understand, nobody's coming to save you. There are ETs watching over this planet. They are. But this is something that we must do ourselves. We must ascend this planet ourselves. You already have guidance. Pay attention to the angel numbers that you see. You're not seeing those by coincidence. You're not. People may wonder, what do they mean? How do I know what they mean? It's very simple. Pay attention to how you feel and what you're doing when you see these things. I'm going to give you an example. You may be just meditating, just got out in nature, and all of a sudden you just start seeing 777, 777, 777. Now you go and look up the general definition of 777, right? And you'll see it says, usually this number pops up when you are in perfect balance. You are aligned with what you came here to do. So you got to think, well, I was just in nature. I was just meditating, and I saw 777. That's what that can mean to me. I'll give you one more example. 666. 666 is not the devil. It's not the mark of the beast. 6 electrons, 6 neutrons, 6 protons. That makes up our genetic structure, our DNA. Religion took that and made it seem like it was about the mark of the beast and the devil. It's not. But usually the general definition for 666 is you're too plugged into something. You're too focused on something. And whatever you're plugged into and focused on isn't benefiting you spiritually. All right? So I'm going to give you another example. Say and I know a lot of you guys do this, so it's no shame if you do. Say you're watching a bunch of porn, right? And you all of a sudden you start seeing 666, 666. That means you're too plugged into that. Not saying that's bad, but you're too plugged into it to the point where it's distracting you too much from doing spiritual things that your higher self would like you to be doing. All right? I'll give you one more example because I don't want to just pinpoint that. We see what's going on in this matrix, right? How things are crazy. It's very easy to get sucked into all this. It really is. So you may see 666 when you've been paying too much attention to the matrix, okay? So again, when you see these numbers, think about what you're doing, how you're feeling, and the state of mind that you're in. And that can help you determine the definition and what they mean to you, all right? So back to the second coming. People saying that the rapture is going to happen, that sounds very familiar. The whole rapture thing sounds just like the 5D ascension, all right? Except with the 5D ascension, we'll simply, once you reach 5D, you'll be vibrating at a frequency that's so high, those that didn't ascend with you will not be able to perceive you, all right? I'm gonna make a whole video on the 5D Earth, but I'm gonna break it down very simply in this one. When they say new Earth, we're not talking about a new planet in general. No. We're talking about a different dimension, all right? There's dimensions all around us right now. There's another dimension around us right now, the 4th dimension. A lot of us can't perceive it because it's vibrating at a higher frequency, okay? So there's no new physical Earth, no. The 5D Earth is already here. Dimensions exist in the same space and on the same planet, all right? So there's not this new Earth that you're going to go to. It's going to be the same one, just vibrating at a different frequency, all right? So we are working towards that. And when you ascend to 5D, if you do in this lifetime, you will not float up to the sky, because you got to think about it. If you float up to the sky with your physical body, that means you're going to have to land somewhere. But if you're going up and up and up and up, where are you going to land? That's not possible. You see, I see a lot of people that believe these things, and I use that word believe. They believe these things, and they're not scientifically inclined. Because if you just think about it, a lot of things about this whole second coming does not make any sense. It does not add up. The rapture is not possible because it makes no sense. A select few of humans are not going to float up into the sky and go somewhere. You got to think about it. When the rapture, the second coming, when that comes, you're supposed to be going to the spirit realm, but you're floating up with your physical body. You are supposed to be going to the land of milk and honey, where the streets are paved of gold, all these spectacular things. That's physical. Life force energy has no use for that. It doesn't. So, to wrap this video up, nobody's coming to save you. You have to put in the work, the inner work. Deal with your traumas, your issues, your angers, your triggers. You have to go through all this in order to find yourself so you can save yourself. Because understand this, if you fail the third dimension in this lifetime, on this planet, there's a very, very good chance you will not come back to this planet in the third dimension, because by the time you come back, this planet will be in 5D. So if this planet is in 5D and you didn't graduate to 5D, that means you're going to have to go to another planet and repeat the third dimension. All right? So, again, the time for joking around is over with. I'm not saying don't have fun, but take this serious, okay? You're going to see a lot of people, and I know you guys already do. They talk about Jesus coming back. They're talking about the second coming. They talk about this. Don't judge them for thinking that way, because they've been programmed that way, sadly. There's no way around it. They've been programmed that way. If they want to have a conversation with you and get a new perspective, have that conversation. But don't try to force your spirituality on them, because it's their free will. They have free will here. Everyone has free will here, okay? Not everybody is going to ascend. Sadly, not everybody is going to make it. That's just not possible. I would like for it to be possible, but it's not. Not everybody is in the same, to use a school analogy, not everybody is in the 12th grade. They got their cap and gowns, ready to graduate. Not everybody is to that step yet, to that phase yet, to that point. They're not. So after this lifetime, they still have more classes to take before they can graduate. So, in conclusion, nobody's coming to save you. Put in the work and save yourself. You have everything you need. You do. You have everything you need. This is the best time to be alive on this planet right now. It is. So, anyways, I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Remember, we are all spiritual beings having a human experience. Ty Spiritual signing out, bro. Simple.